Cadillac Unscripted on 107.9 CDY, sponsored by Independent Bank. We have Katy Huckle here with us, and we're talking Cadillac Leadership this week.
We've got two leaders in the studio.
It's very, very exciting. This program has done so many good things for the city of Cadillac over the years.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, the projects, they have built some serious stuff for folks.
They sure have. And we're going to have an opportunity to learn more about what the Cadillac Leadership Program is with a couple of our guests.
Okay, welcome, welcome. Introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Tereesa Arn. I'm from Horizon Bookstore, and I'm a person of leadership in our leadership class this year for 2021-22.
Awesome.
And I'm Dan Firnbach. I'm the news director here at 9 and 10 News, and I'm the co-chair of the Leadership Council for this year. So, yeah, I'm glad to be promoting the leadership, our project this year and everything.
What does the leadership co-chair do?
Kind of make sure everything's running smoothly, making sure we're on top of our marketing, our grants, our fundraising, making sure everyone's playing their part, their key part in the leadership.
And Dan and Tereesa, I think we need to say a thank you to you for your service to Cadillac, but also to your employers. It is a sacrifice for the employer to give away your time. You're both in leadership positions within your companies. And so for your companies to say, go do this and do this for the city of Cadillac, it means a lot. It means a lot.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, both of our companies and everyone's company that's involved is big on the community. So
Awesome.
That's important to our companies, and we're glad to be their faces for this. Absolutely.
Okay, you tell them thank you from Katy and Rich.
So this year you chose something. Was there an arm wrestling contest? I mean, what went on in the group to make you come to the position that you were going to choose this particular beneficiary?
Rich, there was a huge tumble. I mean, we were just bodies rolling all over the place. We were arm wrestling. It was a tough one, and it was down to about 2-3 projects, and we felt that this one was probably the best for the community. It's a great outreach for us. It's going to improve the city of Cadillac, definitely. A lot of what's the word I'm looking for? The improvement, yeah. So,
well, we want to hear about it. Tell us about the project.
well, we are doing the Kaiser Fields home run renovation. So we are renovating the Kaiser Fields, the ball fields for the softball team. We are partnering with the Viking Softball Association, and it's a great group of girls that want some nice softball fields that they can play ball on.
This
Awesome.
these are the fields on Leeson Avenue, correct?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Did they come to you and say this field needs improvement? How did that all come to be?
Yeah, it kind of came together where, we had some people in our leadership that knew about the fields, but then also they pitched it as well. We have a pitching process for the community where they submit their kind of requests that the leadership does, and we looked at all the requests, and we felt strongly that this was one of them.
Did you hear what Dan just did? A pitching. They had to get it?
I was
Yep.
going to say
Okay.
something, but I
Very
thought
good with
that
my
was,
puns.
I love it.
I didn't go for the low-hanging fruit, Katy, but you did.
Oh, okay. That's how many? Can we ask how many projects were presented?
I'd probably say like 6 to 8 or so.
And there's quite a bit of legwork for a submission. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, the requests that we've had were pages full of for just one request. So it was pretty in depth, and fortunately we settled with the Kaisers, and hopefully the rest of the requests can get fulfilled down the road by other future memberships.
Is there a live presentation, Dan, or are these written requests?
These are written,
Okay.
but they can also be live. But this was kind of with COVID and everything. They're more
Right.
written and easier this way for our team to settle on.
Well, inquiring minds, I mean, was there a debate amongst the leadership group as to what was the best project? Do we get to know that?
I would say yes for that. It's a broad spectrum. There's so many great nonprofits around Cadillac,
And a lot of need.
Exactly, and your heart wants to go out to all of them. So I think it kind of is based on the the characters of the leadership program.
Right.
How each of us interact, or how we can what we feel stronger about. I wanted to go towards the arts. The arts is my thing.
Right.
I wanted, a program, or one of the things was an art-based thing, and I begged and pleaded, but I didn't win. And we had a lot of sports, people on the team, and so it's a great, it's a win-win for anybody.
But Tereesa, you got behind it.
Absolutely.
And the whole
Totally
group did,
behind
didn't
it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So, and I think with COVID being what it is, and for the last 20 months, kids maybe not being able to get out as much and do things, but maybe that kind of factored into your decision making a little bit.
Absolutely. Not only is it going to be easier for us to fundraise because we can do a lot of outdoor activities, I think.
Sure.
But it's also helping all these younger females, girls that want to join a team or get involved and see what it's like to be not only helping us fundraise, but to be able to play ball.
And to know that the community supports them. That's important.
Yeah, absolutely. The fact that we have all these different people in our leadership from all these different organizations and backgrounds kind of going ahead with these fields is extremely important for the softball association and everyone to know about.
We want to talk turkey. I mean, what about money? How much money do you need to raise, and how do you plan on doing it?
I believe it's about $25,000, correct?
Ooh.
And so, I mean, that's just the base layer of when we met with the chamber, because that's how the approval process gets through with the Cadillac Leadership, is as to be approved by the Leadership Council and then by the Cadillac Chamber of Commerce. Once they stamped off on it, during that process, they talked about how we might need more than $25,000. So we're hoping to exceed $25,000, maybe even double it, to really get to where this place needs to be, the Kaiser Fields.
When this proposal came to you, the people who proposed it, what do they say the field needs most?
Resurfacing.
Okay.
Resurfacing, yeah.
Resurfacing and also the parking lot. I mean, just getting in and out of these fields can damage cars. So it's
my goodness.
Yeah, it's treacherous. It's not really encouraging. Softball players, baseball players, anyone to go to these fields with the parking lot.
Well, and Dan, we want people to want to come to Cadillac.
Exactly.
We don't want them saying,
right.
Did you notice how terrible the field? That's embarrassing. Mm-hmm. We got to clean this up, Rich.
How long has this been used for girls softball?
So these were originally the Casa fields years ago, prior to my ever coming to Cadillac. So I don't know. I mean, we've heard stories of people in our class that, hey, yeah, I remember these fields when I was younger. Oh, I used to play on these fields. And then they just were not used for years and years and years. And then an individual took it upon himself to start kind of cleaning up the area and started mowing them down and kind of maintaining them. And then there was a need for girls softball. And so we have Eric Stewart and Chad Phillips who came to us and said, they're the ones kind of heading up. They run the VSA program, and they're the ones that made the proposal, and they're working with us. And they said, we want to help these girls out. We want a league going. And they're kind of the ones getting this dream going.
So my favorite question for nonprofit folks is, if money were no object, where would you take it? I mean, if
Field of Dreams.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, they would love to have the bleachers, just a brand new field, well groomed. If it rains out there, if you go out there, I mean, it's there's puddles. You can't play ball in puddles. So they would like a new scoreboard, water filtration system for their water fountains, concession stand, things for the concession stand. They want to. I mean, everybody wants a nice ball field.
Absolutely,
but they want to be able to hold tournaments and bring in other people. So even better for Cadillac is to bring in outside, more tourism coming.
I see. Dan, how are we going to raise the money?
We're going to do it through a couple fundraising. Right now, we're currently with Tereesa over at Horizon Books. We're doing some gift wrapping for, I believe, $5. We just started on Small Business Saturday. So,
cool.
We're already starting that, and then a couple other fundraising pitches that we're still working to get the kinks out of. But that's at least starting there. And then grants, me and a couple others are behind grants that will definitely help us carry through.
Okay, so any of our listeners that want to get a hold of you guys and write checks and that kind of stuff, how do they get to you guys?
They can go ahead, Tereesa.
They can reach us through the chamber. They can, and then just earmark it for Cadillac Leadership Program.
Okay.
I think we should take a break.
Okay.
Let's take a break.
We're going to be back with more of Cadillac Unscripted and the Cadillac Leadership Group right after this.
Cadillac Unscripted continues on 107.9 CDY, sponsored by Independent Bank, and we're talking about the Cadillac Leadership Club this year. And Dan, I do want to mention this. There's sort of like a full circle thing going on here because you guys chose the Kaiser Fields. 9 and 10 News is in what used to be the Kaiser building.
Correct. Yeah.
wow.
Did you think about that as this came?
This is actually the first time I thought about that, but yeah, there
Awesome.
is definitely that connection there between the building and now the fields. But yeah, that's awesome.
It's a total accident. It's a coincidence.
Yeah, it's life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's talk about Cadillac Leadership. How do you become part of the group? How many folks are in it? And how do people that are listening get involved if they wanted to serve?
How we got into it is pretty much, we addressed that in one of our first leadership ones, is pretty much our bosses ask us to, which is the complete honesty. But I think a lot of us are really happy that we're part of it. We're all really glad that we met one another. We're all become really good friends, really great. We talk outside of work on communication, and we're all really happy that we're all part of it, especially this group.
Dan, tell us about the demographic snapshot of you guys. You're all a certain age. Are you all...
Oh, it's got to be the biggest diverse class that that leadership has ever had.
How so?
So I'm 33 and I'm probably the middle one in the group. So that we got 20-something-year-olds, and we have someone that's maybe 60s up there, and then we're all different skin color. Everything's just background is very diverse. Different backgrounds. We're not all from Cadillac. We're not all from Michigan. So that's the really great thing about this one. Is that's probably why we get together so well. Is we're all different. We're all our own person.
Well, and there's an energy.
Exactly.
There's an energy even with just the two of you right here in the studio. There is, isn't there, Rich?
Well, there is, and you guys are all come from different walks of life, different businesses, different areas of business,
Right.
And you're all so extraordinarily busy at your regular jobs that it gives you a chance to get outside of that small cocoon that you work in and find other folks.
Go ahead.
Sorry, that's part of the leadership. That's part of their goal, is to make the connections around the community. Each month we meet, we have a different field that we study. So far we've done ecology day. We've met people from the DNR, from the forestry, from Consumers Energy, who handles their outdoor forestry service. A couple weeks ago, we had our education day. We met everybody along, from early childhood development all the way up to Baker College. And we have a media day, so we get to work with the news. And we also have law enforcement, government.
Oh, that's when they take you to the county jail.
Oh, yeah.
I've been there.
I'm going for a ride along. In the front seat, not the back.
Well, and I think, Tereesa and Dan, what it shows you when you go to all those days, because I participated in Cadillac Leadership 1,000 years ago, is how well people in the city work together. We all want Cadillac to improve and be a beautiful place to live. And it's wonderful to see the camaraderie. And what else would we call it, Rich? Working together, all these different folks.
Well, yeah, people who are brought together from different walks of life and different businesses that you wouldn't typically see commiserating together.
Yeah,
Right.
there's this big cohesion between our group, and then we see that in community with everything that we're doing with these groups, with our project. So being on the news, I know that there's this big community involvement in Cadillac, but not even to this extent. So that's even opened my eyes even more, being part of the leadership group.
How long have you been at 9 and 10, Dan?
Going on 9 years.
9 years.
Yeah. So
Oh my gosh, and he's 33.
Yeah.
That's a big part of your career.
So yeah, I've grown up in Cadillac in a sense, my adult life.
One of the first jobs out of college, Dan?
Yep, it was my second one. I lived in Iowa. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I started there in 2010, so I
Yeah.
predated you by just a couple of years.
Yeah.
But, and Tereesa, how long have you been involved in Horizon Books?
I've been at Horizon Books now for over 5 years.
Okay. Yeah, she's the smiling face when you go in there, and she can help you find anything.
And they're open late at night, and I see so many people in there when you drive by. There's people. Just
We've got the
sitting there
longest
reading.
hours in downtown. We're 9 to 9, 7 days a week. So we're
people-
always there.
And people go in and have coffee and visit. It's really a cozy place with cozy people.
Absolutely. We like that.
So sometimes I know in the spring there is a major fundraiser. Is there plans to put one together this year, maybe?
We're working on that, but it might have a different face.
Okay.
We'd like to have a large fundraiser, but of course, times are a little bit different right now, so we're looking for other options. I don't know if I should be hinting about this, but we're actually looking at like a big field day event. Instead of being indoors with everybody, we can be outdoors, families, everybody included, and possibly some baseball games going on or softball games.
How apropos.
Some big name people, playing against the softball players. So.
Oh, wouldn't that be fun? Dream
I think
team.
she just dropped a hint, Katie.
Okay, you
Can
do not
you-
want to see me play baseball. Unless, it's
First
not
of all,
pretty.
she
We
wears
can all wear-
stiletto. She wears stiletto heels most of
right.
the time. You
Right.
can't run the bases in stiletto heels.
I golf in
will
stilettos.
pay to watch you run the bases in stiletto heels.
I golf in stilettos.
Hey, that's a great fundraiser for us.
Whoa.
Run the bases in heels.
Oh my gosh, are there cute outfits involved?
I think we could throw something easily together.
Got it. I'm in.
All right.
What are you doing? You getting me roped into all this stuff,
I
Rich?
did. I'm sorry. I
Okay.
couldn't help myself.
Okay.
So, what's your timetable here? Obviously, 2021, 22, you guys started meeting and were selected to be a part of this committee. When does it end for you?
Right.
We actually got we actually were able to come together on this and make a decision pretty quickly. I mean, it wasn't that difficult for us we all get along really well, which I think is a good thing. So we were able to get our plan and get the project proposal going and fired off in front of the chamber and got the approval. So we actually are kind of ahead of the ball game. So we're able to start our fundraising now. Obviously, it's softball, so they want to get those fields going as soon as the snow melts in Michigan, which, your guess is as good as mine when that's going to happen, but that's their goal. So we're hoping to have everything completed, finished, May, June timeframe.
Okay.
Do you guys have a website?
We use the Cadillac Leadership's Facebook page right now, and then
Okay.
I believe Kate, who's in charge, who leads us in the leadership, is working with the chamber through there.
Okay, because I have an idea. I think we should ask some of our listeners to donate baseball cards to you folks and to auction them off. Just a thought.
That's a really good idea. I love that. We gotta write that one down. That's a super good idea.
Yay!
We love that one.
You always think like a marketer, Katy Huckle.
Yep.
I know how to raise money.
Oh, yes, that you do. That you
I'll
do.
donate one of my cakes to you guys too. You just have to ask me. That's all.
Thank you.
Any thoughts about having some sort of a silent auction going forward? Maybe tying that in.
That we talked about a dinner that's been done in the past. With COVID, we're obviously
I know it.
It's so hard to plan anything right now, isn't it?
It is, and we're trying to do something good for the community. So we're trying to kind of power through what's going on with COVID. That's why the outdoor kind of fundraising is really the best thing that we can do right now. Yeah, it's a little bit cold, but maybe if we all have fun in the cold weather, then we can raise even more money. It gets people outside. That's why we're really looking for those outdoor fundraisers, or gift wrapping for the holidays.
The idea would be to have maybe the outdoor fundraiser maybe in May when there's a good chance at decent weather.
Right. May or closer to May, so that way we can get some money and that way they can get going before the construction and everything before the end of the season, because it's going to take time for them to repair these fields. So we want to like to see it come to fruition.
Okay, when does the season start?
The season starts, I believe, in June, so it's gonna be a quick turnaround after we start getting after we get the fundraising. So that's the important thing, is why we need the money so fast. So in that way it's already secured. They got the contractors, because that's what the Softball Association is doing with this money, that we give them the money and they kind of go through the contractors and do all the work. Okay. We'll obviously help out as much as possible when that construction time happens. But
there's a sense of urgency on this.
Oh yeah. And if we can get this locked in, the $25,000 by April, then we'll be very happy, and so will the community, because they'll definitely reap the most benefits.
The more immediate fundraisers are the Christmas wrapping that you're doing in the weeks leading up to Christmas. So, I mean, from my perspective, being a guy, I put my wife's gifts in a box, inside of a box, inside of another box.
Are the boxes pretty?
They're cardboard. I'm so non-creative. That's why I need this service.
Well, be glad you're not a Gagan, because of the Gagan household, they don't accept gifts and gift bags. That is an absolute no-no.
Well, that's, I know that's a cop-out.
And furthermore, they have to be wrapped with fancy bows. I mean, I'm telling you, whoa. So for those people like you who just throw things in boxes, you need to go down and see Tereesa.
When do I come down and have my gifts wrapped?
So as of right now, we're looking at Saturday the 11th and Saturday the 18th from 11 to 4. And then we're hopefully going to do maybe a Thursday night, because downtown Cadillac is doing late night shopping on Thursday nights now for the month of December. So little plug. And so we're hoping to do one of those nights, and we're not sure which one yet, but we've only got a couple weeks till Christmas, so it's going to be here before we know it.
I know.
Have we determined which one of the two of you is better at rapping?
I'd say that's probably him.
Both pointing at each other.
They're a good team.
Have you had to do a quick refresher with some of your members?
Well, we had our first wrapping on Saturday, and we found that actually a lot of people on Saturday were still shopping for themselves. So we didn't quite get the anticipation we were hoping for. But I think within the next couple of weeks, yes, we'll see more people needing that need. And I could definitely say some of them probably needed a little more work at the folding. But, they got the job done, so I'm pretty happy with what they did.
So question, is it $5 per gift to wrap them?
Oh, no, it's donation. Donation.
Oh, nice.
Donation,
That's great.
yeah. So if you want to throw in more than $5, we would happily take that.
There you go. Wow. Well, you guys are doing really, really good work.
Well, and it would be worth it to me instead of a box inside of a box.
It would be worth it to Julie.
Yes, we'll just give you a bow then, but we'll take some money for that bow.
Honestly.
So obviously, the 18th is going to be the big day probably for you. Christmas falls on a Saturday this year. Yep. That 18th, 7 days away, that's the last day to the last weekend to go out and shop.
Yeah, we're hoping to get a lot of people out shopping and reaping the benefits of the wrapping. So yeah, hopefully, if you're hearing this, head out to Horizon Books that Saturday, because we'll need your help. Getting repairing Kaiser Fields.
You get to these guys through the Cadillac Area Chamber webpage, and then there's a leadership.
Correct.
Little link there. Okay, very good.
Well, let's circle back and give us the dates one more time and what all this money goes towards for the leadership class of 2021-22.
So as of right now, the dates are December the 11th from 11 to 4 and December 18th from 11 to 4. And we're hoping, I don't know what the date is on that Thursday, but I'd say a week from, is that today? Yeah. A week from, let's say 2 weeks from today, that Thursday, we're going to have an evening wrapping as well.
Awesome.
So the 18th would be the last Saturday. So we're looking at the 9th and the 16th maybe? Or the 16th, maybe the 23rd. I don't know if you want to go that close or not. But,
wow, that's cutting it close.
Yeah. So you're hoping to be downtown on those nights when downtown is open late.
Absolutely. If you watch our Facebook page, we'll have it listed. We'll share it everywhere on social media and let people know when we're going to be down there.
All right. We'll boost the signal on the radio station's Facebook page, too.
Yes, we will. We've got home run hitters, Dan and Tereesa. Thank you so much for what you're doing for Cadillac.
Thank you, guys.
Tereesa Arn, Dan Firnbach with us from the Cadillac Leadership class. Next week, 8:30, same time, same station, more local chat on Cadillac Unscripted with 107.9 CDY.